Hey, I'm Marcus and I'm playing Crusader Kings 3. The last few years have been very kind to Graf Etzo. In fact, everything that he has hoped for and prayed for and worked hard for has come to pass. Well, mostly everything. There's one thing maybe, but we will get back to that later. He was at a crossroads a few years back, and after the passing of his first wife, he knew that he had to remarry. That he had only 3 daughters and that he needed a son to continue his line. He was then tasked with choosing a wife, and ultimately he opted for the riskier proposition, and that was to go with Princess Vyacheslava. That worked out in the end. Both of them fell in love with each other basically on sight, and now they have 2 children. First of all, their daughter Maria, and then secondly, and that was at the end of the last episode, their son Paul. It's already been commented on that would be a very unusual name for a ruler of the time in that region here. Yes, then again, he was born under unusual circumstances, given that he is also the son of a princess of Ruthenia. But maybe we could look into this when he gets older. It was totally common for people at the time to have like private names or names that would be called inside the family, but then to have dynastic names and names they would adopt when it comes to showing their filiation. Right? So maybe he would be a Siegfried or even an Etzo or Ehrenfried when he grows older. Now, that being said, Etzo is also like in a firmly stable role within the Archbishopric of Cologne. There's all these other counts around that we largely have a good relationship with. For example, Eckehard here, who is our son-in-law, and also Saffenberg, who is our brother-in-law that we're also allied with. That all works out. As you do see, by the way, Saffenberg, very much interconnected in this archbishopric, and we do see that that is a theme. A lot of the nobles are looking into alliances with other small-time counts in the area, making it very secure and stable in the end, right? The more alliances people have and the more interconnected this web of alliances is, the more unlikely it becomes that there will be some kind of war between the counties. That being said, we do have one person inside of the Archbishopric that we had some kind of beef with. That's Timo of Dortmund here. He came to our grand wedding last time and at every turn mocked the whole event or said something rude. We couldn't let that pass, so therefore we sent him a strongly worded letter, and he agreed. He reacted to it. He showed up at our doorstep with questionable company for what he was set out to do. But then we had this epic battle that kind of turned into an epic rap battle, apparently, which I didn't get at the time, but thank you for reminding me in the comments. So that seems to be good for now. There's no lasting animosity there, I think, at least from our point of view. I don't think that there's a need for Etzo to say, I need to go after this guy again. Right? It's all said and done. We insulted him because he insulted us. He came to our doorstep. We had the duel. I think it's fine for now. Should he come up, should he do anything else, then we might be thinking about putting some fuel to this. But for now, that's all fine. The thing that he wasn't quite able to finish, and we might think about, like, is that even something to be finished? But that's another matter. Is the situation, or the story, as CK3 likes to call it, about the mystical animal. It is a white stag, not a white boar. That is quite interesting, because his father was on the hunt for the white boar that was said to come out of the Isenburg forests, roaming the area from time to time, or it had been seen by this person or that person. More a legend, really, than something solid, something real. And it's quite similar with the White Stag now. So maybe, again, this is more of we're more in a mythical area here, where it's about, or the White Boar was what eluded Graf Siegfried, and now there's the White Stag, and how does Etzo compare to his father on that level? And I think that while Siegfried in the end was able to say, I will let it go, I'm not sure that in his current position, Etzo would be able to do that. His purposeful nature drives him to focus and to continue. So at least for now, we will go along and we will see if we can catch that beast. Thing is, there's a sighting here in Sayn, the legendary sighting, and you do see here it's active until the 28th of April. That does not mean that we will be good if we start the hunt on the 20th of April, because this counts until the hunt is actually called on site, right? So we have to be on the hunting camp, and in the moment the hunt really starts, that is when this must still be active in order for this to succeed. We already had the applied when one of our hunts just dissolved. So that's something to keep in mind, given the fact that it always takes about at least a minimum of 3 months for the hunt to start. We should do this at the latest, I would say, at the beginning of next year, preferably at the end of this year, or somewhere even around autumn or something like that. So that is at least one of the things that I want to plan for. We do have 60 gold. Oh, by the way, yeah, we can host another hunt. There, but we can only do that in 31 days. That's fine, though. The only problem that I really see is that before we were able to at least host this in Sayn, where we have our hunting lodges and so on, now we would have to go to Siegburg in order to do that, and there we don't have any equipment for this. There's very much an agrarian environment. And nevertheless, we will try to find it there. That's what we can do, at least. Quick things. I do believe that Barthélémy here does not need to further his skills. He's excellent in his role. About Barthélémy, by the way, he was the one to marry Oda last time. There was a sort of, not saying that he has forgiven her, but at least, again, there is no greater animosity here. He does not feel ill towards Oda any more than he has any reason to. So he doesn't want her any bad. Therefore, he allowed her to marry, allowed her to stay at court here for the time being. Obviously, Barthélémy is a very talented guy. We could use him for many different things. But I would like to keep my court clean. We have 25 people at court now. It's likely to become more. So when there will be someone growing up, I did look into courtiers by age. And there, for example, I saw that we have Wolfram von Hachenburg here, who is currently in a stewardship education and should... I'm thinking like he would be the next Karen Master, probably, because that is an established family here in the region, and therefore we would like to give him opportunities. And so I would think when that moment comes, maybe we offer one of the French bishops around here or counts if they would like to host Barthélémy. And maybe then he can even take Oda with him. That would be grand. Then we don't... I guess it's still... While, again, there's a sort of truce, or at least he doesn't wish her ill at the moment, I don't think it will be... It is quite nice for him to have her around. Anyways. So there's that. Then I've been asked about the situation with our knights, and shouldn't they be able to marry? I was thinking about this. And, yes, I think that is valid. The thing is, these are lowborn, but I don't see it as lowborn in the sense that that's like they're peasants or farmers or anything. They're responsible people, right? They are able to carry arms. They are around us. They would be, I think I mentioned that last episode, what we call Ministeriale in German. It's ministerials. So people that are not exactly noblemen, but that are tasked with some kind of noble task that normally people that are indeed aristocrats would do. So that's their position here, which of course means they should also be able to marry, I think. There's Ademar. But if you notice that he has a bigger chin than last time, there was there is a little mod in the mod list that apparently does cause some errors. I fixed these errors, and apparently that also means that Ademar has a bigger chin now. I'm not sure why that is the case, but we take it as it is. I think it makes sense, of course. He has the giant trait that is the real world condition that has this kind of thing where you have that tumor in your brain that presses against a gland and that causes you to grow continuously. He should be able to marry. Now, currently we do have Richvara at our court. She's ambitious, he's ambitious. I think they would match well together. And then we have like giant, beautiful babies. Isn't that great? So there's that. By the way, I hope she recovers soon. Well, she's just wounded. At least there's nothing more. She will recover from that, I'm pretty sure. There's also Karlmann. I think he would match very, very well with Brunhilde, who's the daughter of our current wet nurse. And by the time they marry, I hope she will be able to afford something other than her rags here. But yeah, I guess we can also say that could be done. I'm also not ennobling any of them. That's something I would like to do less and less in the future. That gives more meaning to existing houses that we have now at our court. By the way, there is a third generation Tankulf. Yay! So there's the line continued. So I would only do that if they did something very, very meaningful. For example, a few episodes ago, right, Franz was that person who won at the tournament in our name. So he was ennobled. And by the way, he does have 3 sons currently. Agilulfus, Kuno, and Achwin. So that line is definitely continuing. Right, that leaves Popo. There's currently no one at court that he could marry. And I'm not sure, not everyone needs to marry. Right? Maybe that's just where he's at currently. Maybe at some point we might even ask maybe if he wants to join the Holy Order. That could be something for him. All right. And I would say for now, let's just... Oh yeah, by the way, there was something I wanted to look into quickly, and that is the plague situation. Not only do we have Bratislav's cuffs around, nasty consumption outbreak, and that is directly in the lands to our southeast. Luckily didn't reach to our lands, because it couldn't cross the forest. That's the only thing where the forest is good. But, of course, it ravaged the lands of our brother-in-law, Popo. And you do see here that he had indeed contracted the illness, as does our sister, Kriemhild. The good thing for her is that she is quite the good healer. So she does have her disease resistance and so on. So she's still in fine health, even though she suffers from consumption. But that doesn't mean a lot. Consumption is an illness that you are hardly able to get away from. So they might still both die from this. There is their son, Duke Heinrich, who's not afflicted because he's now the Duke of Wallachia here. But if Popo dies, I'm not sure. Maybe he will move his seat to Frankfurt, and that would be catastrophic while the illness is still there. We will see. That being said, there are more plagues on the way. There is the Hampshirite fever. That's even the major one of typhus, and we would know about the symptoms of this illness because, or I'm not sure if he was around at the time. His older sister died from it, Helena. I think he was born after this, but I'm not sure. There's also the Emperor's Evil, another consumption outbreak that is even major and that is terrorizing the Italian peninsula. So there's that. That being said, I guess we can continue. And what I think I will do is return to court in Cologne and then earn some more coin. Oh, the twists and turns of fate have not always been to my advantage. God knows that I was cursed the day I met Archenwald, right? That was one of our earlier rivals. He became forked in the meantime, so good for him. Today, however, that curse has been lifted. Fate has smiled upon me and brought that beguiling churl to his grave. Oh, okay. Well, apparently that feels good to us, even if we haven't seen him for a while. But yeah, that's fine. Can make love to our Gräfin, and I think, why not? Let's use the opportunity in the dark winter months. Lots of opportunities to cuddle. And it's the end of January. I guess we could already go. There's obviously winter still around, but it's not that much of a long journey. So, attend court. We do need some money. To be able to host the hunt. Don't think that what we currently have will suffice. I think more is needed. We have a trailside bond. While traversing a challenging path in Berg, I hear laughter ahead. My steward Lothar and my Karen master Barthélémy are working together to cross a tricky river crossing. Lothar, your idea to build a makeshift bridge was brilliant, exclaims Barthélémy. Lothar replies with a chuckle. And your quick thinking with those long grasses tied it all together. It seems as if this obstacle has led to a new friendships. Oh, that's nice for them, I think. Oh, and Barthélémy is now in charge of our food supplies and sheepishly revealed our provisions are now all but useless, having been poorly stored. That's what you get for lauding him. Patches of mold cover the bread and produce, and we have quickly used up our remaining dried food. The party grows hungry as dusk begins to fall. Well, I do think, well, Eckhard is not going to like this. Yeah, we're not taking any chances, I think. So, therefore, we will ask the locals. Oh, there's another war here. Oh, in the south, in the consumption area. Right, we are in Cologne. People are still very, very much concerned for Erzbischof Eckbert, who does suffer from consumption. But I think we can perform our duties, develop the county. That is what we usually do. That's how we get the most help from. Even the Emperor is helping again. Would you look at that? And there we are. Oh, we have another change here. There's a new Graf of Nassau. Walter. He's in need of a wife. Maybe he would like to marry our daughter. Winfrida, that's the last daughter. Oh, well, the last of the first three. We do have another daughter now. There we go. Also pregnant. Yeah, there's Gerardo, by the way. Still like he looks like a dwarf. Ah, dear. So we can attend court again. Let's do that and let's pray for the soul of the Erzbischof. And I think by the time of summer we could return and then plan the hunt. That seems reasonable to me. Oh, there's some movement here. Whom are they fighting? The War of Words. Interesting. Okay. That seems to be something that is part of the Insult to Injuries mod then. So we do have a feud, sort of. A feud that escalated into war. And now that's, of course, where all these networks of alliances play out, because now we have lots of nobles engaged in this. We are not, because we're not part of that, apparently. To conclude, I am but a humble servant, of course. Should we stay once more? To one last time pray for the soul of the Erzbischof. Oh, and the Archislaver here lost money. That's not great. That is not great. That is something that we need to mend. But not now. We need that money for something else before we do that. We can... Well, it's not really indulging in luxuries here because we spent the time in prayer. There we are. So, now that we have prayed for the soul of the Archbishop proficiently, we can return back home. Oh, and there we go. He has indeed died. And where is he going? Where's he going? Whoa, what is that? Is that a coronation or something? Yes! King Deodat of France is having his coronation, and for whatever reason, he's hosting this in the south of France. Oh, what's the meaning behind this? Is that supposed to be a message? Oh, and by the way, the Holy Roman Empire has advanced even across the Pyrenees, and now into here. That's a very interesting development, isn't it? Languedoc is here. Alright, there's the Duchy of Barcelona still. That is now part of France. That's why it's part of the Empire as well. Okay. Okay. Fighting down here. Zwolle and Groningen. That should be the same war. Which is not great, because now that we want to invite people to the hunt, a lot of them are now apparently involved in this war. So I hope we do still have the opportunity. Oh, by the way, we can... However, his prowess is really poor, right? He's not getting younger, is he? By the way, I guess we should relieve him of that position here then. And then let's maybe give that to Ademar. There we are. Because he is now his new family, needs to provide for it, so he can look for it. Oh, we have a dynasty legacy available. Oh, that's nice stuff. Okay. Glory and law both make sense. Not sure what advance in them. I think what we could be thinking of is actually going for traditional signed weddings, because you've done that so much now. We would have some proficiency in hosting them. Makes sense to me. Grand weddings are cheaper and the acceptance is better. Great stuff. So we will see a lot more of them in the future, I think. Right. So now we can host the hunt. Let's see whom we are able to attract from coming along with us. Again, we cannot do that in Sayn, as you do here. See here, recently held hunts will put us down. We have to do that in Siegburg. High development is putting us down here, so there's that too. We can look for flushing gangs, right? That increases success chance markedly. And we can also up the party size. Now, the question is still, who's coming along for this? Extended family and so on. Eckehard is coming. That is good. Timo, I guess, would have come if he wasn't in poor health. Adam of Duisburg is coming. Martin von Main is coming. But as you see here, there's not much else, right? Maybe I can look at their courts individually. It's a bit of a chore, but we can invite people, I think. Oh, we will do it anyway, right? We need to do this. This is, as soon as we're possible to, we will do this. Now, are we able to say, yes, we can invite him, for example? He is in poor health. He is not yet of age. Dithmarsh, and that is too far away, probably. He is on the road. His son is ill. Mine is coming anyway. He would be able to. There we go. Can we invite his brothers as well? There we are. His big brothers. They should be helpful. How about him? No. How about him? No. Well. She can't. He's wounded. He is... Oh! He's at a tournament? Oh, apparently we were... Ah, that was the one that was shown up here, right? That was shown when... That's why we got the train for tournament decision. Mm-hmm. But I guess that was too late anyway. We do have the notification here, so I guess you would have seen it if that would have been possible for us to attend. Anyway, so he's there. He is as well as that. How about him? Yes. Has a brother. Yes. He is already coming. Does he have family? Yes. Okay, this is turning out alright. Okay, so he might be coming as well. Probably too far, right? Yeah, that is too far. Too far away. But he could be invited. Oh yeah, I guess we've already invited him. Anywhere else? He could come. Oh yeah, they are in a critical area here. Oh, that will be able to come, okay. How about that guy here? No. That guy maybe? Okay, I think we're done, right? Don't need to overdo this. Oh, maybe just quickly. Can we ask the Vogt of Wipperfürth? I changed this, by the way. This is usually Hückeswagen. I changed to Wipperfürth because Hückeswagen was traditionally the seat of a Graf. Wipperfürth, however, was a town, or is a town. It's still around here. Close to where I live anyway. And that was a Hansestadt, by the way. So, quite important. So, there we are. Let's see how many are coming. Some invitations have been refused, some accepted. Oh yeah, it's 17 people attending. Oh yeah, and while we're gone, we have now Erzbischof Waldemar. And interestingly, he's Icelandic. Dear Lord. He's asking us to retain that position, and of course we would allow for that. Right. Oh, that's 20 now. That's fine then. There we go. Let's see how far we can go. Ademar, your master of the hunt, or the new master of the hunt, summons the party together as the light reaches the camp in the grasslands near Siegburg. My many gamekeepers and flushers have been poring over the area for tracks and fumes. That beast will be mine, finally. As you do see here, the success chance is not very good. Oh, and we do have a wife with us. She came along. In a rare moment of reprieve, I spent some time in silence, taking in the beauty of nature as my stress melts away. I hear my wife, Vyacheslava, softly laugh. My love, she holds up the bloody remains of a hare. That is such a romantic gesture. I slew this nipper in your honor, a token of my dedication to forever fight by your side. Oh, She smiles, admiring her handiwork. You look so at peace. I'm glad. She hastily plants a chaste peck on my cheek as if we're the only ones in the world. Right. Might learn about your secret relationship. Yeah, of course. It's not that secret, I would say. But yeah, okay. Let's take the opportunity then. Yeah, maybe let's also equip it. When it comes to the perfume, I was thinking about actually giving that to Vyacheslava, or first repairing it and then giving it to her. And that, of course, was the perfume that Siegfried once gave his wife, Sophia. My lord, there's the stag. My wife, Gräfin Vyacheslava, gestures for me to follow her to the oak trees. Once we are hidden in the plain, she turns and tugs my shirt over my head. Finally, some time alone, my pet. Oh dear. Well, I guess she's 21 and in love. That's probably the only thing that you think about at that point. But what about the stag? Yeah, well, I would like to do this, Vyacheslava, but I came here for something specific. I have a focused attention. I want to hunt the stag. That's what I came here for. My huntsmen say they know the place of the beast's covert and the nearby waterholes and grazings the stag frequents. Well, yeah, if that is what he's advising for, then we will proceed by stealth. Bow in hand, quiet steps, eyes on the tall grass as I await the stag, deep breath, and... it's that event again where we can shoot Tankulf. No, we're not shooting Tankulf. No. That is not a right thing to... Why would he be... A glance over at Barthélémy, who nods, almost imperceptible. Oh, he hates him too. No, that's his friend. Aha. Yeah, no, we're not shooting him. Or maybe Barthélémy thought we were shooting something else. But no. Oh! There is something majestic about the way the stag gazes across the landscape. Hidden in the leafy bushes, I raise my bow. I silently glance over at my acquaintance Graf Rutger, crouched down in the grass, who does the same. Oh my god. That would not be very... I think it should be his, right? That is what he comes here for. It's not something like he doesn't need to overcome this at any cost, I think. It's more about that he overcomes this. 65%. I slowly take aim, the stag cocking its head as though in anticipation. The arrow strikes true, straight into the beast's heart. That's how you do it. I cannot believe it. He's done it. He has actually done it. You would think it a creature from myth, perhaps a god disguised in animal form. It was the largest stag I have ever seen. Even after the beast was wounded, the chase lasted half a day. It is still an imposing sight, lying dead before me. Ademar, the master of the hunt, directs the breaking up, carefully skinning the carcass with direction from the game masters. We place the eager dog's share of the spoils on the stretched hide before departing for camp and home. Oh, wow. Right. We take the pelt. It's, of course, something we cannot make use of currently, because that's something we would have to have a court for. The hide of the white stag of Sayn, but that would be brilliant here. Look at that. Prestige plus 0.36, renown plus 0.14. There's some vassal tax contribution, court grandeur bonus plus 6. So that's great stuff. He did it. He really, really did it. And because he did that, people are now calling him in awe the Vanitor, as someone who is known as a prolific hunter. Well, I guess he is prolific as well in trade terms. Okay, so that was done. He actually did that. I'm surprised. I am very surprised. Okay, so what do we need to do? Are we able to... We cannot pay... Alright. Huh? According to game terms, he's still traveling? Or is the... Ah, he's traveling. Ah, okay. Okay. Where is he? Dear Lord. We do have our brother-in-law, King Matfai of Ruthenia. And he, I guess, was having his coronation here. There's also like a big plague in that area. Jesus Christ, what's happening? The Odeavin pox. Okay. Oof. Luckily... Well, that seems to be over. Right. Ah, but he caught it. He did catch it. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Ah, and of course, she's also now in poor health. Ah, well. So, what do we do here? Let's go further down the tree, I think. But I guess at some point we can reshuffle the focus. I think it's finally time for him to get back to what he set out to do. Right, so let's wait until he's home and then we can pay homage. That's a situation resolved. I really didn't expect that. My sister, Gräfin Sophia, has been quarreling with her niece, Zerhilda, for days. Just now I can overhear them arguing in the next room over... Unbelievable, Sophia shouts. How can a scullion like you believe you are the ideal manifestation of von Sayn virtues? I'm clearly far more deserving of that distinction than you are. So that is our younger sister, Sophia. And that is Zerhilda, who is not her daughter. That is her niece. That's the daughter of Magdalene, interestingly. Alright. Let them sort their quarrels in peace. I think he's in a good mood. He's very, very confident right now. So I think he's able to overcome his issues and say, hey, you two, stop the fighting. As they walk into the room, Sophia turns to face me. I'm glad you're here, Etzo. Won't you please talk some sense into your niece Zerhilda? She is being completely unreasonable. Well, by all means, Zerhilda is someone who, at least in Etzo's point of view, would be the perfect embodiment of our house virtues, given what a just person she is. And Sophia, on the other hand, well, yeah, of course, we're all vengeful, but we don't like that. Apparently. And she's also craven. So... that would be the cocky answer. That might fit with his current, the current position that he's in. I guess it's either that he would admonish her, so that is Sophia, or he would indeed do the cocky thing. I will just roll for that one. It depends on what mood he's in. He's telling them, well, there's one person that you should look up to right now, and that is Etzo, whom they are called the Venator. Please. And they're both like, ugh. Alright. Ay. Winter time is here. In particularly harsh winters, the Rhine would freeze over. Would have been quite the sight. There was this, this period between the 18th and early 20th century or so, where the winters were much colder than before. And there was this one instance where the ice kind of built a dam of sorts, and then there was the water of the river behind it, so that was quite the dangerous thing. As the congregation starts to disperse after Mass, my priest Dirske asks for quiet word. Right, okay, that is our suffragan bishop. As Apostle John teaches and my Lord well knows, he begins, confession is a necessary and godly practice that helps us to reorient our life to God. A penitent must feel sorrow for what has gone before, feel caution towards the future, and, he pauses meaningfully, make honest and true confession. Yet, your contrition only ever speaks of the most venial generalities, such as neglecting to read the scriptures regularly, or indulging in idle gossip. Surely, graver spiritual concerns must at times trouble a man of your import. I admit that Dirske has a point, but I am loath to risk the judgment of anyone, priest or otherwise. The mere thought of disclosing my moral failures already makes my hands all clammy. Interesting points. Well, that would be the answer that says, no, there's nothing wrong with me. Of course he knows that there's something wrong, and that he is still considered a fornicator. Oh, by the way, she's pregnant. Ah, good stuff. He's still considered a fornicator. That is something that he should take care of in the future, I think. That is not something that he should walk around with any longer, now that he's in this beautiful relationship. Well, let's pick that option here. Like, why is he bringing this up currently? Maybe he has some skeletons in his own closet. Okay. Oh, yeah, we're still trying to sway him. Let's do it once and then stop doing that. It's January again. Is he back home? Ah, he's coming. Valdemar, the Icelander. Quite interesting. Are we able, by the way, to learn another language? Hardly. So I guess we should not do that. The wife is pregnant. We will not do that. That was a commonly held belief at the time, by the way, that you should not copulate while the woman is with child. Surely you remember the time we spent together as well as I do. Oda has met me alone in a hallway. She leans close to whisper in my ear while she's also coughing and sneezing. What we had, I cannot give it up. Oda, get a grip. Yeah, I would have liked to have an even more stern option here, like to completely rebuff her, but apparently he's not able to do that. That's probably why he has somewhat forgiven her or has allowed her to stay around, because he still likes to see her, maybe. But no. No, we cannot do this. We mustn't do this. Alright. He's back. In time, probably for the Carnival festivities. And yeah, there we go. Let's pay homage. By demonstrating submission, go the other way around. This way, please. Start traveling. Tourist disappointment. Jesus Christ, what a word. I'm disappointed, Lothar says with a sigh. I'd read about these ruins before, and here they are, I suppose. It stopped to camp for the night before some large ruins. Where are we anyway? Oh, we are here at the Ruhr. Would there be something Roman there? There have been some famous Roman camps at the Ruhr and Lippe rivers. We had stopped to camp for the night by some large ruins. Perhaps it was a fortress or sizable church built by the ancients. Nothing huge, but nothing to scoff at either. I read about these ruins in a book, Lothar claims. There was once a magnificent capital here, ages ago. The ruins supposedly stretched for miles. It sounded so inspiring, yet this is it. You can't trust everything you read these days. Do we think the area has a haunting beauty? No, at least now he knows the truth. So, there we are. It's always the same text, right? We swear our fealty and hail the Erzbischof, giving us some sweet renown. And I guess while we're here, we can also attend court. Is there a court position that we could have? No, not really. But we could perform our duties. I think, again, he would develop capital because that's the thing he can do best. And he wants to show, I think, to the Archbishop that he is a valuable advisor. By the way... Oh, we just have another son. Isn't that great? Yeah, he's still Marshal. Okay. So, we do have another son. And again, I think we were in the same position here last time when our first son was born. She wants to call him Adam. Well, I believe there's some Adams around, famously of the Saffenbergs here, and we do have good relations with them. So that might be something to consider. What else could we consider? I wouldn't call him Siegfried, I think, because he is the second born. Wouldn't exactly give him a Russian name. I don't think that's appropriate, but Adam is fine, actually. Yeah. Two biblical names. One from the Old Testament, one from the New. Alright, so back home. Well, there's a lot of things we need to do. At some point, we definitely need to get rid of her affairs. Can make love to her again. Is he that focused that he would... No, let the poor woman heal up, man. Let's, give her some time. Oh, by the way, it takes a lot of stress doing that, apparently. But there's nothing really that we can petition, so... No. There's a flood relief, but that is not near us. That's down here. That's the Garonne River. A Czechoslovak tutor. I guess the idea is that our emperor, of course, that is the native language of our emperor, would not have been common, though, to learn the language, or even, like, further that, even if we had an emperor that was from here, because the common language would still be German. So, no, we don't do that. Is there even... Can we actually see that? Do we see here... There we go. Court language is High German. And the language is the glue that keeps this together, really. Or historically. Right now we have France in there and Hungary in there, so never mind. But the Holy Roman Empire itself... I will probably rant about this at some point because it's a very common misconception. Sometimes... before an emperor was crowned emperor, they would be called the Roman king or sometimes the German king. But that is very misleading when we come from speaking English, because now we call it Germany in English. But that is a reflection of a shift in the English language when it comes to that happened in the early modern period. So somewhere around the 16th century. Up until then, everyone that was from around here was basically called Dutch in English. And that was then reflective of what had happened here, the kind of development of somewhat, I will put it in quotation marks, national identity. At that time here, in the early medieval ages, even in the high Middle Ages or late Middle Ages, we did not have that kind of identity. It was just that people were speaking roughly the same language or a similar language, and therefore they could identify with each other. Anyways, okay. So when you have a Rex Germanorum, and that would have been the Latin for the German king, it's more of like the king of the German-speaking people. that would be more it. And of course, the name itself is coming back to classical Latin and the writings that happened back in the day, right? So that's what they were going for as well. Anything that bolsters your legitimacy. We can attend court. We're currently still working anyway. I don't want to do that too much, as I said before. Right. Now he's seen that we're capable. So you drop the final notes of your report. A servant arrives at your door with a letter of thanks from the steward. After weeks of planning the new constructions in the county, negotiating with suppliers, and ensuring the work is done without a catch, the development in Cologne is finally complete. That's good. And now, of course, we have to get rid of this. Our money, our poor money. Is that even a good idea, having her in that position then? If she is not really great at it. Let's have... Okay, so he would be next in line. His aptitude is also not very good. They're all really bad. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, there's that. I just hope she... Well, she doesn't need to do anything. Shouldn't there be an option that says, don't do anything, please? I don't need it. Winfrida has come of age. Look at her. Oh, they show us that she could marry Herzog Magnus. Right. I guess that would technically be possible. Let's see, he's 1, he's 2, he's 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. So, according to my own arbitrary rules, which says 7 links minimum for the time being, I guess once we go to the 1200s or so, we can go for 5 links or something like that. But for now, no, I don't think that would be good. That won't suffice. Same really then for Giselbert here. Also intermarried with the Saffenbergs a lot. That doesn't seem good. But I guess what we can do is looking for arranging an introduction. There we are. We have Waldemar of Dagsburg. Wignand of Osterland. That's quite far away. And the Markgraf of Krain. That would be very prestigious, of course. Chiemgau. A 19-year-old man. Well, maybe we don't know about his reputation that far. And of course, we can arrange the introduction here. If she doesn't want this, then we will say no. But that would be a very good match for her when it comes to her security, her station. So, how about this? There we go. Apparently she's pleased. She says he's coming here to meet me. I hear he's just the sort of man I'd pick for a husband. Oh, good. That's great then. That is great. We are looking forward to it. He will be, of course, now I need to stay here, so otherwise it would not work. Where do we see whom we just invited? He is from here. So yeah, he's on his way. He is coming. He is coming. Weimar-Laibach. Oh yeah, some of you might wonder where these pictures come from. I have added the more holding graphics mod because that has now been updated. Apparently it doesn't load the meshes for the different holdings. Oh, it's fine. I had a look in the error log and there wasn't much errors in there, so... Betrothed can marry. Right, that is Brunhilde here, that's Karlmann. Okay. You two... go at it. My courtiers, Popo and Heike, rush to my side, their faces alight with social fervor. Your Grace, these halls have been as quiet as a tomb, Popo declares. It is simply unbearable. They propose a grand summer festival to last a full fortnight with daily feasts, games of skill, and dances under the stars open to all courtiers and esteemed guests. The more people, the more life, they chant in unison, practically dancing on the spot. We know how he feels about these matters. Well, then again, he is an eager reveler, so I'm guessing he likes the drinking part of it. Maybe it even helps him loosen up, I guess. So we could say that's an excellent idea. Yes, you do see here we do gain some stress because we're shy. It's another expense, right? And we know that currently we don't have that much money. So maybe we try to just say, well, I need to think about it. Maybe at some point we can indeed host a festivity, a feast. There we go. That's the name. And that might be good then. But yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, stop looking for legendary game. But I think we could look for dangerous game. Now we're such a skilled hunter, we can make sure that no wolves or bears or whatever haunt our lands. Oh, they indeed have another child. Franz. He's doing fine. And their youngest is continuing their albino heritage. That's the daughter then. Anything I need to do here, by the way? That all seems fine. It comes to the beginning of the next year. I think we can return to court, attend. Markgraf Ulrich finally arrived at Sayn early in the day and was quickly greeted in the castle courtyard by none other than Winfrida herself. Fortunately, she still seems pleased by the idea. That is good. Meanwhile, Ulrich was cordial and well-mannered. All right. Let's see. When the morning arrives, Ulrich presents himself in the throne room, primed and preened and ready to spend the day. Oh, he appears a bit nervous. Winfrida is far less guarded about her opinion. She has been beaming brightly. Oh, that's nice then. Okay, let's see if this is going anywhere. The day that Winfrida and Ulrich spent in each other's company turned out to be a disaster. According to those who kept watch, Winfrida seemed eager enough at first. They toured the castle and the surrounding lands. Winfrida explained the history of everything to him with great interest and detail. Too much, perhaps, such was her eagerness. He, however, clearly did not feel the same. I'm told he sometimes appeared bored, at others resentful. This did not improve as the day wore on. By the time the sun set, it was already clear this was no match. Oh, that's not very nice. Do we take that as a slight? Was that some kind of disrespect that he has shown us? Should we send an insult? Maybe we do that when he returns home. Let's pin him for the while. That's, I think he should have shown... By the way, let's pin the new bishop. Oh, he's ill already again. Well, he will be fine, I think. Oh yeah, and Herzog Popo is out of the picture. Let's, where is the new one? Heinrich. Oh, he has gotten rid of it. Good for him. Heinrich the Proud. He might be Kaiser material. Who knows? Oh yeah, and Graf Peter has kicked the bucket. There's no Graf Walter. Right, we have grain fields. And I think we can just update them for the time being. That will be good for us. More money! Look at all the money we're getting. Quite good currently, for a count anyway. So, that is great. Of course, if we at any point become ridiculously rich, we will try to upgrade our castle. And I think that's why I would like to say, okay, we can't even switch. Should we get here and then we switch? Yeah, let's do that. And we could say that his mission is fulfilled. So there we are. But while he is still on the mission, how about having another go? She's fine, is she? She's just a failed recruiter. There we go. Respectful and faithful they are. That is good for them. Because I think Etzo is someone that likes... And for now, like, yeah, there's the project gone when it comes to the White Stag. He does have family now. He has 2 sons. All is great. He needs something new. It's January. I have heard good things about you, and I'm interested in starting a written conversation. I hope that this letter finds you willing, for I'm awaiting your swift reply. Oh, there we go. My favorite event chain in the whole game. If we start exchanging letters, he will ask us for a topic, and then we will reply with a topic, and then he will be very rude to us, which is likely. Which is why I think we should not start to exchange letters. I don't think that is what he set out to do anyway. He's not a great networker of any kind. Maybe just let's just frame the Herzog's letter in my hall. Like, look at me. Look at me. I get to have the letter from a Herzog. Isn't that nice? I am someone. It's February. I will usually wait until March. Oh, we're still doing that. I've forgotten about this. I've gotten an idea in my attempts to align Dirske to my interests. With the right arguments, I may be able to convince him that I am acting not merely in my own interest, but in the interest of the Lord himself. Yeah, we're not getting too much into this, I think. Let's just keep it to niceties, and then we just... Okay, he likes us now. That's all that we wanted. No point in going further. And it's March, so let's return to court. Let's pick the usual route. La 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 la. Apply and start traveling. Lee-dee-dee-dee. Oh, forgot about this one, by the way. 38 gold, that's quite costly as well. But it's nice to have a kind of keepsake. I mean, of course, the initial perfume at this time would have been dried up or anything, but maybe we refill it, or it's just like that the container itself is quite valuable to us. So let's repair it. And I think our wife... That's not our wife. That is our daughter. Oh, but our daughter is in charge now. Let's check. Oh, she's also not very good at this. But she would be roughly better at filling coffers than our wife is. So, there's that. And as for the wife... here, my love. There's the hide of the white stag. No, there's your perfume. Ah, okay. I mean, of course, we could sell it at... can we sell it with that function here? Yeah. people would give us money for this. Well, he doesn't have the money, apparently. He doesn't either. Why are we giving these? Oh, there we go. Vögtin Gertrud, apparently a collector, would give us 338 gold. It's a point of pride, really. He's not desperate currently for money. So, no, I don't think he would do that. Would want to keep it in the family. For the time being, anyway. We are back at court. Let's perform our courtly duties. But let's mix it up. What is he like, anyway? He's an honest but greedy man. Okay, so I think he would not prefer us to distribute alms. Very poor when it comes to his diplomacy. Should we? Maybe he needs us. Maybe he needs the connections. He's Icelandic. He doesn't speak the language. He needs someone to consult with minority vassals. That is not our favorite thing to do, but we're also not the worst at it, so that's fine. But I'm thinking we should probably go for 20 advantages in this case. Don't want to miss any more tournaments and such. That's a bummer. Maybe... Oh, let's just wait. Like once more attend court and then return home. How's everyone doing? She still has the illness that's now progressed. That is in fact what makes it so dangerous, the progression. Yeah, let's attend court once more, and I think since we are working so hard, we could get some rest. Okay, and after getting the rest, let's get home. While traveling through Mers, I can't help but notice that every person I see works with a quiet intensity I don't often notice in my own land. I stop one of the laborers to ask them about it, and she shares some pithy wisdom. Well, you see, the trick is just to put your back into it. Don't stop till the job's a good. I should talk more with them. I could apply... Oh, that's certainly great principles there, ma'am. So, yeah, sure. That's nice. How's the development going? 24 is decent, I think. Barthélémy. That's the second time. And now apparently we're wrestling that away from the locals. But still, it's like it's what we would do, I think. There we go. I hope no one got hurt. No. But yeah. Maybe that will give all the more reason to say someone else should be in charge of this. Because they would be excellent, but then again, putting a woman in that position doesn't sound right to me. Not very historically accurate anyway. That's Richwara. She's not wounded anymore, and therefore she is now average at this. Well, good for her. I am waiting for... where is he? Wolfram to come of age. I think he will be a great Karen master. And they do have a daughter here, Adelinde. We could technically host a hunt, but I don't see the need. Oh, there's Otto von Habsburg. Oh, the old Habsburger died. Let's check on the Habsburgs. Oh, that's not good, because now they have a daughter ruler. Gotthard the Tyrant. He was murdered by Comtesse Théophile the Lame of Neuchâtel. Okay. That's a lame thing to do, anyway. Murdering someone. And why is he here? Oh, there's now Herzog Baldemar. There's a change in leadership, apparently. Is that Is it that? Defending against Graf Gilbert, the Wise of Chigny in the Liberty War. Okay. But Walter here seems to be part of it. Our former... what was his brother-in-law? Right, brother-in-law. And again, like, he is part of the whole duchy, right? So if at some point we're like, oh yeah, I want to have Wied or something, or we would have the opportunity, we would have to go against the whole duchy. So that's something to consider. As some of you are mentioning, like, when do we see expansion? When do we see the great kingdom of Sayn or anything? That's not something that's in my list of goals. Only if that would be befitting the character. But this is very much this is what I wanted to do. To play a low ball count, you know, from the time, and not be too much concerned. But anything could happen. We've seen wilder things happening before. My Croatia game started on a count level, as did the Tire Fair level. All of them ended on either kingdom or even empire tier level, so there's that. There is never a quiet moment. Oh, Paul is intelligent. My son and heir Paul is so full of questions. I do my best to encourage his curiosity, but sometimes I cannot help but get exhausted by the constant stream of thoughts and queries. Oh, and from an intelligent boy, that would be something. Maybe he doesn't even have the answer to some of his questions, even at his age. Right. Curious. Either diplomacy or learning. Learning would seem interesting, I think. Oh yeah, we are at 20 advantages. There we are. I had no idea Erzbischof Waldemar felt that way about the Franconian people. See, he is a friend of the Franconian people. Graf Eckehard is clearly moved by the words you have shared these past months, and has promised to try and work past the differences with their liege. That's good. See, did good work. And we have the diplomacy perk, and I think that's the right moment now to say, let's switch into what he set out to do in the first place. And I think domain focus is right for this. Because that was his focus initially. He wants to build, and I think, obviously, there's two things we can focus on now. Can focus on the upgrade of the blacksmiths. Would need 212 gold for that, and then as the larger project, not sure he can even get to that. Well, not without selling our dear fur anyway, so, Oh well. Can make love to the wife. Why not? She's into it anyway. She wants that usually, so. What else is happening? Do they? Yes, they have a son. There's another Adolf. He's having a son as well. Everything seems to be secure. He's still around at 67 years of age. Timo. Alright. Oh yeah, by the way. Have we forgotten about the insults of Markgraf Ulrich? Big question. He's still running around, okay. We can send an insult. Thing is, do we want that? Are we mad enough to want that? Some I don't think so. Nah. Let it go. He's not in our closer vicinity anyway. Now that he's gone, we're likely to forget about him. And let's just hope that we find a better match for Winfrida. Yeah, which we can. Well, ideally it should be someone landed. There's Adolf of Hohenlohe. Already has a son, though. Oh, I mean, that would be fine. Graf Riecher of Hallstatt. Wignant of Werle. Let's sort this, say, ruler. Hohenlohe, Hallstatt, Werle, Kirchberg, Laibach. These are all far away. Where's Kirchberg? That is not that far away, but that's in Swabia. I don't think according to their traits, I don't think any of them are too attractive. Also, like, with her diplomacy, this is going to be very difficult in any case. Not sure. Maybe we try the Kirchberger. Let's see. Oh, she's eager again. He's coming to meet me. I hear he's a truly powerful warrior. Is he? Yes! Oh, his prowess is great. Time to prepare. By the way, we could have another alliance. Nah, let's not take it because it will only make a marriage for power more difficult. I was passing through a town near Sayn on business when a local magistrate informed me that my wife was visiting a local church, which was a surprise, though I didn't tell the magistrate that. Yeah, especially, of course, if that is a Catholic church, and it would be, right? So that's the surprise, probably. Sure enough, I later found her there, merely sitting there by the altar, looking sad. Vyacheslava, is something amiss? I asked. My presence took her by surprise, but she quickly recovered her composure. I was just thinking of my brother. Oh, that made sense. King Mudfight died some months ago. He's already dead as well. Oh. Odd that Vyacheslava would be here now, the funeral long past, but then I didn't know him as she did. This was my dearest love, so I sat and listened to my wife talk about him. It was hours before Vyacheslava was ready to depart, and I could tell that she was grateful for my company. Aww. Well, not much we can do about it. There he is. I guess. Do we have? Yes. Technically we could say, hey, the wife needs to be in charge of that kingdom now. But come on, people. Some of you are probably like, yes, let's do it. Then we can go play here. Oh, I don't know. I don't see that necessarily. Well, as we do see, because we have so many great alliances, this would be going our way. We could go for the Grand Principality of Kiev, for example. Not sure what would happen in that case. I think it might become part of the Empire then. I'm not sure, but that's let's pin him. I don't see that coming unless she would show some kind of impetus. She is now grieving for her brother. That does not mean she wants to take the lands away from his son. Quite the opposite, I think. That would be dishonoring his legacy. Oh, and there we are. Graf Werner finally arrived. He looks quite in that picture, but apparently I think he's a handsome man, so there we are. He was stiff and tense. It was clear he was ill at ease with the entire visit. Okay. She's still pleased though, but let's see how that goes. Oh, we have worrying behavior. Graf Werner and his retainers are put up in Sayn, and at first it seemed like all was peaceful and everyone would be ready for proper introductions the following day. Then, later that evening, a servant awoke me with news. Graf Werner had snuck out of the castle and gone into a local village, where he'd gotten into an altercation with several locals, apparently involved his lewd conduct. My guards recognized the man and escorted him back before further trouble started, so no real harm was done. But even so, it's worrying. Worse still, apparently Winfrida heard of the incident just as I did. That is very rude. That is certainly something we would not expect from someone coming to our lands. That's very disrespectful to us as well, because we are, by extension, they are, by extension, part of us. Alright. So it's the next day. He appears nervous now. And she is less guarded about her opinion. She has been scowling at Werner. So she didn't like that at all. Oh yeah. Possible outcome. Graf Werner is charmed by Winfrida. 6%. So there we are. They roamed the castle gardens, engaging in conversation that by all reports was quite one-sided. Winfrida was eager to impress. Again, she does her best, right? Poor Winfrida. She tried to dazzle him, even when she didn't favor him anymore. She was like, I need to make this work. He, however, clearly did not feel the same. I'm told he sometimes appeared bored, resentful. Well, at least the Markgraf didn't do anything bad around here. But then that guy definitely did. I think he needs to... He shouldn't get away with that so easily. That being said, he's prowess 21. But anyway, that's not the point. He's not a coward. He wants to see justice. And now we have Friedrich of Görlitz. That is, I think, one of his sons, but not the heir. So I think we will politely decline that. Okay, so we let him return home, I think. And then he gets a strongly worded letter. That is what we do around here. Should I also attend court? Yeah, let's do that first. Let's get our mind off things. Never good to make decisions when angry, so let's work. Okay. So, since our work here had such positive reception last time, let's continue and say we commend his rule to the religious leaders around. Lots and lots of help. That is good. That is great to see. I think the rulers from the northeast, I did see that Angria was in this, are quite pleased with the situation. So there's this kind of bulwark here against the more dynamic rulers to the west. Let's put it that way. People like Godzelo, or indeed Gerardo here, who never shy away from confrontation. And then to have this kind of like peaceful, quiet Cologne in the middle. They would like that. Oh, did he... Oh, okay. Oh, that was something unexpected. Oh, because she became a Vögtin. Oh, okay. Oh, that means all of them are gone as well. Well, it's great for them, I think. One of them will probably continue to be Vogt then, of Greifenstein. Where do we have that? Down here in Bamberg. Oh, but that means that there is certainly room now at court. And we could put Ademar in that position. And there he is. Don't have kids yet. That is somewhat concerning. He was the master of the hunt when the stag was felled, right? When we shot the stag. So that is part his accomplishment as well, his accolade. So I think that warrants granting him a noble title then. There we go. Von Pfalz. Okay. Might pick another local family. Alright, we can attend court again. Oh yeah, now we can manipulate the grain market. Okay. My personal granaries holds a significant amount of grain. In times of need, I may slowly sell my grain, 1 sack at a time, at greatly increased prices. I would need to pull a few strings to manipulate the market to my advantage, but I will benefit greatly. Alright. Well, why not? Although I guess we can make full potential of that once we have our grain fields here to max capacity. Okay. Well, I was still here. Let's tower to the lodgings. You know what? Let's do some work. We can do that. Nah, it's only the minimum. Oh, that being said, it's summer. Let's return home. Hope I didn't miss anything. By the way, I also did see that Popo here is not in the best of health anymore. He's ailing. Could we ask him if that is something he wants? We can just ask him, right? And that is that then. Alright. He is not pleased with that. I'm happy where I am. I have no plans to change that. Okay. It was not meant as, like, we were not deliberately trying to being rude towards him. Is there someone at court he could marry? No, right? No. Well, let's just leave it like that then. He can be an old bachelor. How's the situation here? Okay, now 5 knights, by the way. So we have Tankulf and Barthélémy in here. Is he just... Okay, he's just ill. But apparently he wasn't treated that well. Well... I need my rival. Keep it up, Tankulf. Keep it up. Okay. Alright, where was... I hope I haven't clicked on too many people in the meantime. Oh, I probably did. Alright, there she is. Let's pin him at least. Or let's pin her as well. Because I would like to follow them. See what becomes of them. Maybe at some point I can ask them to return to a court. They are locals. They should be staying here. Right. And we have another daughter. Ursula. That is a befitting name, not necessarily the dynastic one, but not every name has to be. Ursula is one of the prominent local saints from Cologne, so okay. A blueprint for prosperity. My fellow councillors Eckehard and Adam are never idle, their minds constantly working. They see a realm full of untapped potential for improvement and believe our liege Waldemar lacks the necessary drive and focus to realize it fully. They've already drafted detailed plans for a realm-wide initiative to improve infrastructure. Oh yes, 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 I'm into this. Let's see. Let's hope he goes along with it. And he accepted the demand. Way! That never happens. There we are. By the way, we are great when it comes to our legitimacy. Oh, and our sister has died indeed. Kriemhild. She was only 50. She died from long time consumption. Poor Kriemhild. That's the first of our sisters gone. Well, apart from Helene here, but she died as an infant. She wouldn't even count necessarily. And what do we do with Winfrida? She would probably be a little I know she tries to make this work, but she's not the best at talking to others, really. She is shy like we are. Maybe we're not doing her a big favor by doing these introductions. So we can execute that scheme. Cover every angle, please. I am but a humble servant. The bishops have been sending me letters. Apparently you've left quite an impression on them, Etzo. The Erzbischof approached me in court today, clearly pleased with this unforeseen boon. Good stuff. And a court performance has risen. We've started again with 0, I think. So, yeah, he's still unimpressive again. But we just finished expansive grain fields, so let's now go and go further. Let me just check if that's true now. If I do manipulate, then... Oh yeah, no, I would still just gain based on your estate +1. Okay. Based on my estate. Maybe it's based on the building? It's level 2 now, though. Still +1. Is he wily enough to do that? I think he's shrewd enough to do that. I think he's great at stewardship. And it's not like we are doing something illegal here. We're just using the power that we have as the... I want to say the breadwinner in this duchy. We are the ones with the grain. She can still go, so how about that? Now, he's going to have kids now. He is going to have a large family. I think we might get to a point where we can actually upgrade those bloomeries. Oh, Karlman at his ages now. An aspiring blade master. Do we need to do anything else? Was I about to do anything else? I had something in mind, but then I kind of went over it and then I forgot about it. Could return to court this time, make sure that the local Vögte appreciate our new... Do we need to do this every time? Damn it. There we are. To the court, perform courtly duties, and we will consult with the patricians. There we are. Good stuff. Very well indeed. So, stay here for the time being. Yeah, I think we can do that then, after we finished this contract. And then we really need to think about, okay, how can we do this? How can we possibly get to 467 gold? Oof. Not gonna be easy. Some more armies here. That is Herzog Dietrich the Mad of Holland. Attacking Count Portgergo. Okay, that sounds Hungarian. Oh, he's now sharing power. Where's he going? Oh, that looks like a coronation. We have a little Kaiser. Kaiser Leopold the Kind. A Babenberger. Very interesting. He is very capable, as we do see, especially his diplomacy. He would be someone that could unite the empire, especially given how big it is now. I think that's a very good thing to have, and that's probably why they voted for him. Also not someone to act rashly or act against people. So yeah, safe choice for the Empire. Stability over risk-taking. That's not something that Etzel would do. Let's go for defensive measures. We go down that route now. Oh, there's so many potential alliance negotiations, alright. But no, no, no. What do we do with Winfrida? Oh, she's currently... oh, she's traveling with us. Okay. Who's in charge then? She is. Oh, but you should... Game! Stop fiddling with the things. Jesus Christ. Oh, he has died. He tripped and fell. He was 66 years old, so I'm thinking that's fine. Right, would be nice to have him back at court, but I think I cannot invite them back once they're grown up. Don't think that's possible. Oh well, that was the great Franz von Isenburg. Tournament winner. Long-time Marshal of Sayn. Can we give him like a proper funeral or something? I don't think so, because he wasn't our friend. And that needs to be the case, right? Yeah. Of course, yeah, we could bury the sister, but that is not ours to do. Like, that should be something that should happen, or that should be done by a son. She should be in the same... buried with her husband. That would be the right thing to do. Aha, the Garonne is doing its thing again. Right, let's attend court. And for now, maybe let's get some rest. Maybe let's also get home. It's already summer. And I think soon... oh, we can already start. Well, let's get back home. We should be the ones to make that call. Okay. Thank God I can go inside again. Here we go. And we can indeed upgrade from bloomeries to bellows. Crafted from sturdy animal skin, bellows are usually operated by a blacksmith's apprentice, constantly pumping a strong current of air into the fires. So we didn't have that before, you're saying. Of course, that would give us more holding tax, plus 8% then. Dual contest again is minus 50. Maybe if we... well, we would need to have money, right? So we don't have that. But we also get some knight effectiveness, we gain some levy reinforcement rate, and station men-at-arms damage plus 20%. All great. So. Oh, this one would already be good. I had not considered that. You and Vogt Volkmar have been talking about Erzbischof Waldemar and the state of Colonian affairs for weeks now, but you finally believe that you're getting through to him. I suppose that did help out a little, and I can't say I've been doing too badly with him in charge, can I? Indeed, so there we go. I'm the humble servant here. And that has been done as well. We are at a comfortable 58 gold again, while we are already constructing. Already investing into more fields. This is all going great, all according to his new focus in life. Which is very hard for me to be excited about, I guess. It's... But, okay, it's just part of him. Right? We take him as he is. Oh, there's Maria, and she is also very intelligent. Look at that. And she is straying from the path of our house. She has become forgiving. A forgiving soul. Well, it serves her right in her ambition to get into diplomacy. And, well, why not learn from Heike for your first years? Oh, yeah. There are better options, of course, but you would rather have... Any child really at that age usually learns from their mother. Not from their mother, but from a woman, and then later on maybe could find someone else. Especially for the boys, of course. Not really sure what will happen to him. What direction he will want to go into. I'm leaning towards learning, especially when... Should he become shy like we are? You know, these things happen. Oh, our little Maria. Can speed it up. Oh, this is fast. Only 6 months left. Ah, there we go. Wolfram von Hachenburg is conveyed, and he is indeed Midas touched. Quite the gentle person, I think. Content and honest. So, should we do that now? Could he be in that position replacing Barthélémy? He did have his fumbles, right? He did have his fumbles in the position. And I think what I would want is, when he is gone, he would take Oda with him at some point, because I have this mod installed, right? Love Marriage Family, that would have him at some point asking for his wife to join him where he is then. So let's hope for that, because that would be kind of the idea behind this. So let's ask him if he would like to have... Yes. There we go. Barthélémy. I did this because this is also a French court. He is Slovene, but never mind. This is a French court. Barthélémy is French. He'd probably want to return home. So, there we are. And that's just me, again, like, keeping the court tight. Don't want to have too many people at my court because I want to get into these characters here. Follow their life path as well. Our good Wolfram here. Of course, his older sister is also around. Wiltrudes. They don't have children so far. I'm thinking that Ehrenfried could be marrying soon. With them, I think it should be good if they married around like 30 or something. Maybe that might even be something to consider. Maybe he could marry Winfrida. Because this is not working out for her currently. We have a hard time finding someone for her. By the way, apparently there's... Oh, well. That is probably not around. That's right. The Great Tournament of Mecca. Okay. Sure. But we can train for a tournament, and I think he would do that because if there was a tournament around, he would definitely want to participate. Learn from Ademar. Prowess increased by 1. All good. And by the way, I think now it's time to come back to that wretch of a man. Sent him a strongly worded letter of how poorly he behaved when he was a guest at my land. There you go. What is that? He's an unknown plant rash. That too. Oof. So let's wait for what happens. So that might be something to consider. Having Winfrida marrying locally. Oh, we have Prince Bolesław of Poland. Wow. The heir. Already titled County of Lubusz. That's an idea, obviously. Let's try one more time. One more time. And he will have... Well, he's not that far away. He's close to here. Right. She is excited again. She's always excited. Poor girl. She's always so excited about this. And Vyacheslava, come on. We do our thing. Yes. Oh, we have a family feast. The feast in Sayn was lovely tonight. Everyone was quiet and well behaved, and the spirit among my family was one of congeniality. Shortly after the food was taken away, a maid brought young Ursula out from the nursery to bid us good eve. The girl grumped, of course, curious as she was of the goings-on in the Great Hall. In a bid to stay up, she entertained us with an amusing dance. That is our 1-year-old child. Vyacheslav and I laughed heartily, and there was a moment where our eyes met as if to say, this is our little girl. Aw, our family. Oh, it's nice. Really worked out for him. Everything that he hoped for all came to pass. How's our strongly worded letter doing? Sadly, there's no direct feedback. I don't see if that was either of these options, right? With Timo, when we sent it, there was nothing happening for a few months, and then all of a sudden he just popped up at our doorstep. So, not sure. And she is pregnant once more. Good. How is our son doing, by the way? Right. I think I will wait until he's 6 and see what kind of direction he would choose. I mean, Etzo grew up with his father always wanting something from him, and he wasn't able to do that. Maybe he's experienced enough now that he's older as well to know that that is maybe not what he should do for his son. Maybe he should wait and see what Paul wants to do for himself. My courtiers gather outside, waiting for an audience. Petitioners seeking my attention. Dignitaries request meetings. This very thought of facing them makes my stomach tighten with dread. Yes, but he must push through this. He knows this. He must push through the discomfort. This is his role. This is what he needs to do. Otherwise, people would not see him as the man that he wants to be. Okay, so he has arrived. He has an unconventional hairstyle. We grant him that. He was cordial and well-mannered. See, that's nice. People can be actually cordial and well-mannered. Oh, and here's a request for support. Later that night, Prince Bolesław came to speak to me privately. I truly do wish to marry your daughter, my lord. What I fear is that she might not wish to marry me. So why come to me, I asked. For your support. The man was clearly nervous, but I could see him steeling himself as we spoke. Winfrida trusts your judgment. You are her father. If you were to support my cause tomorrow, maybe... I suspect the man overestimates the effect of my good opinion on Winfrida, but perhaps he is right. All right, surely. I will support his cause then. See, that's someone I would want to have as a son-in-law. Polite. So he is still nervous. She's less guarded about her opinion, and she's beaming brightly once more. They will spend the day in the garden, and that's fingers crossed, people. A fine beginning. The day that Winfrida and Bolesław spent in each other's company turned out to be a successful one. They walked around the castle gardens, a peaceful and beautiful setting for them to finally talk. Bolesław appeared to enjoy the gardens well enough, and they chatted amiably. Despite all the watchful eyes charting their every move, they seemed at ease, and the day appeared to be a success. As the sun began to wane and the couple were called back to the castle for dinner, Winfrida privately confessed as much. "This is the man I want to marry," she said. It's clear that Prince Bolesław feels the same. The question is then, yes, of course, proceed with the marriage. Wow, she will become queen in the near future. Possibly soon, as he's ill. King Stefan. Oh, and we have Dirske has died. We now have Bishop Henkel. That's a weird name, but sure. We could declare wars, by the way. On Ruthenia. Yeah, I know. People will nudge me in that direction in the comments, probably. Go! So there's a wedding celebration here. Oh, their marriage may prove to be a testament to the undeniable connection that binds hearts and spirit together. See, it was all worth it in the end. To wait, to not have her marry, like out of the blue, like someone maybe she didn't want. No, we stayed on course, even if the first two weren't successful. The third one really did it for her. He's a nice man. We approve of him. This is all great. They become soulmates. Again, it makes sense on a political level. We did see that when Ezzo married Vyacheslava, that people from the east of the empire thought that that was a fitting opportunity to get into the network of the realm. And someone mentioned in the comments something that I did not see at the time, because of course we were also to the brother-in-law to the, at the time, King of France. So very well connected, even though that currently Sayn is not playing such a big role. So this makes sense again. This is for Poland maybe another entryway to diplomatic relations with nobles from the empire. Oh, now we have big war. That is Arpad Gaspar. What is he fighting for? Independence. Right. Finally, the Hungarians are like, we want to be independent, as do the French, as does, interestingly enough, our own nephew, probably because he has these lands over here, but that would be very interesting if he becomes independent here. And as we do see, they are quite in a good position here, but there might be others joining on that side as well. Would you look at that? The empire is even now stretching to northern Africa. Wow. But this, if they succeed, it's going to be massive, of course. Then we have an independent France again, an independent Hungary. Perhaps it's more like it should be. Of course, we are not part of this war. We weren't even asked to participate. But again, we don't want to be independent. Sometimes it's easy to forget just how talented my wife actually is. Yet lately she's been quite the help, sitting in bed and listening as I compose my correspondence to other rulers, and then offering the most insightful advice on how to amend my wording. At first, I was resistant to accepting her help, but more and more I've decided it's simply prudent to accept the aid of a woman who so clearly has my best interest at heart. Aww. A tactful lover. Oh yeah, okay. We gained some opinion modifiers. And Adam, well, that was his first word. Again, I'm not considering these events to happen at the time anymore, right? Because they never happen at the right moment. And this would be quite, well, obviously, there are people that speak very late in life. By no means even saying that has kind of to do something with intelligence or whatever. Sometimes that just happens. But yeah, I will just refer to it as that was the time when he first spoke. And since he was and is a family man, he finds that very delightful. Secret, he says. So maybe that's telling us that he should go into an intrigue direction. What's his birthday? October. Okay. Lots of movement around here now. That's like everyone is involved in this. Let's check. Oh yeah, see? People have flocked to the banner. A lot of the nobles in the empire don't want this split to happen. They probably think we've voted Leopold in for a reason. Because we need to keep it together. This is keeping the peace in all of Middle Europe. So, well, contradictorily, we are going to war in order to keep the peace. Oh, this is not good for them, obviously. They are in the thick of it, so now they will be besieged left and right. Can attend court once more. I'm thinking that our insult here did not work. When it came to No, that's not him. Graf Werner. He's also not fighting in that war. Ah, well, we have sent the letter. I mean, we didn't expect something to happen. We just wanted to make sure that he gets the memo, that he knows that he did not well. He did very poorly. Now, we said it, and that's probably also just enough. It's another petition. But it's, again, it's just sending bailiffs. Okay, yeah. No, we don't need that. Oh, yeah. And the bellows are in place. Our two-field system nearly established. Wow. We are moving forward. Fast. There we are. Paul has shown curiosity of his ancestry and is growing to be more like a child of House von Sayn. And now we finally have this step towards him being a just person. And I think that is reflective of the path that had been taken. Both Siegfried and Etzel are vengeful characters. At the same time, their approach to vengefulness still allows for some measures of justice in there, right? They don't follow that to the last degree, which I think is reflective of his other traits as well. If he had a trait like sadistic in there, or callous, anything really that would say, okay, this is a cold-blooded killer or something like that, then I would think that we would interpret vengefulness differently. But no, that is not the case, and now Paul is definitely taking away the correct direction from this, becoming a just person. Also, he would like to study diplomacy as well. So we will look for a guardian for him. And why not learn from his mother? Yes. There's that. I think the intelligent trait also makes for good guardians. At least I think that's the case. And we do indeed have another son. Liutbrand is in the room, but that's just a suggestion by the game. Let's see. Konrad, Wiegerich, Jaroslav, Eberhard. Eberhard sounds like something, yeah, that could be in our family. So let's call him Eberhard. There's our two-field system. Let's make it a three-field system. Since we're at it. By the way, is that still... Oh, that's still a +1. Okay. Should we just try it? I want to see what happens when we do. Begin selling the grain slowly. Yeah, it's winter. Makes sense. And it just happens, right? There's nothing else I need to do, apparently. Manipulating grain market. Oh yeah, okay. +1, +0.1 tax for 10 years. That's quite nice, I think. Oh, the arousal is causing stress. Uh-oh. I mean, a bit of stress is alright, but yeah. Maybe it is time that we call for another hunt, just to relax a little. Yeah, now we can do that in Sayn again. And now we don't need to put that much money into it. Aw. No one wants to come. That's a pity. Well, at least people from our court are coming. We would like to slay something. Soon. Ah, right. He is fighting in this, actually. Okay. How did he get into this, then? Because he is also part of Cologne. He would not have been asked directly, I think, if he wanted to participate in the war. Well. This will be a springtime hunt. I can also think about having a feast at some point. They have more kids. Look at them. How about Ademar? Oh yeah, at least they have a daughter now. Alberade. And of course, yeah, I think we are a little stressed, right? So let's do it. I'm guessing, oh, that's... Ah, Bilstein. Okay, so he is out of the picture. And there is Varinechin II. So that's the son. What was I about to check here? Why did I go into this? Jesus Christ, my ADHD is so bad today. I forget things left and right. But I think we're also over time, right? So there's that. I can collect my thoughts and see what we will do next. Right. Yeah, this has been a nice one. Of course, not too many things happening when we do on county level, but we did a huge thing in fighting that, or shooting down the mystical white stag. Anyway, see you next time. Cheers. Bye-bye.